Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Damon Bruce, glad to have you with us. It's Tuesday Hoops, and it's next. It's the Utah Jazz going up against the New York Knicks. And now let's send it out to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. I'll see you at halftime, everybody.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Hello, everyone. Great to have you with us. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. First for the Jazz. And for New York,
well, for a long time for the New York fans, going to see a Knicks game was an exercise in masochism, but they've turned it around in a big way, and now this is a tough place to play for a road team.
And so off the tip, it's New York. Pass to Barrett. Here's Brunson. From outside, off the mark.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
They set the pick. Number 23. A three-pointer is right on target.
And he's someone the defense has to keep track of at all times because, you know, even when he doesn't have the ball, he moves so well without it. He's constantly a threat to catch and shoot.
And he's a great three-point shooter, too, especially when he lets it go from one of those corners. He doesn't miss many of those.
So the Utah Jazz able to put the first points up on the board. And that one's good.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, the head coach for the Jazz gave me just a couple of moments to catch up with them. He knows they're up against a team that plays best when they're getting to the rim. He told me that their number one concern is going to be sliding over to help on any drives and closing up any lanes to the hoop as quickly as possible. Good rotation is key, guys.
Thanks, Doris. And so here is New York following the three-pointer by Utah. The shot's good from Barrett. Utah has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Kicks to Olynyk. Number 2. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws. And Clark, that's what winning's going to do for you. The Knicks had the second best home record in the East last season as they won 31 games here.
Well, you know, Kevin, there's so much mystique here in this building. I mean, everybody loves to play in New York. It's the mecca for basketball in this country. And when NBA players come into New York, they can't wait to play against this Knicks team. And the Knicks, they want to defend their home floor.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Guys, there were a lot of questions about what went wrong for Utah last year as they saw themselves slip from a middle-of-the-pack playoff team to being on the outside looking in at the playoffs. One reason was their play on the road.
Yeah, no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent. The result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
Number 24. The shot is off. Some solid defense from Randall. As you said with the Jazz last year, getting wins on the road a big problem for them, and they just couldn't keep up in that category. Let's see with other teams vying for a playoff spot.
Yeah, they finished 13 and 28 on the road, and that was what kept them out of the postseason. They just have to improve in that regard this year if they're going to get into the playoffs.
Number 2. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
You know, Utah usually matches up well with Eastern Conference teams because style of play is similar. Both Eastern Conference and the Jazz like to play a grinded-out physical game, and Utah has the bigs and the defensive mentality to thrive in a slower-paced game, and that's why they went 17-13 against the Eastern Conference.
And he knocks down the first one. On back to the Jazz against the East. Did what they needed to do against the conference as a whole, winning more than they lost, but they also, Steve, had some key setbacks.
And the big one that I can remember was last year when they had that 4-game road trip to the East Coast. They went 0-4, and that was when they saw their grasp on a playoff spot start to slip away.
You know, the Knicks got off to a fast start, but when you employ as many old bodies as they did last year, it's hard to sustain the level of play you need over the course of a full season. It's one reason they started to falter a bit late in the year.
Robinson backs down. Just 5 to shoot. New York moving the ball around. Here's Barrett. The shot is off, so Utah will take it the other way. And Clark, you said it, the Knicks did hit that lull last season right after the All-Star break into early March. But, Steve, when the vets saw the finish line in sight, they picked up their play and got back in it.
That's right. They won 13 games in a row late in the season, catapulting themselves back into the top tier of teams in the East, and let everyone know that they would not be exiting the playoffs early. That really was the start of that run. Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
Knicks trailed by 4. And it's off the back rim. No good.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Good on the shot. He has 7.
The defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
The pass to Randall. There's the dish to Robinson. The jump hook. The shot is off.
He's got a nice touch on that shot normally, but a good defense there clogging the lane.
There's a screen. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Randall. The Knicks have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Passes it to Barrett. Number 5. Green for 2 points. And a first time out of the game called for Utah. A different look for Utah. As Azubuike's checked in, and Rudy Gay is subbed in for Olynyk. Utah leading by 5. Double zero, defended by Hart. Azubuike with the ball. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. Pass to Randall. Fires with 3. Good. He's got 5.
Looked like there was a little confusion there as to who was supposed to be guarding him.
Utah's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Rudy Gay on the wing. Double zero. The Jazz again can't hit it. The Knicks have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. That ties it up.
That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
It's off his leg. And the official saying it was kicked. And Utah making a change here. gets it done. He dishes it to Gay. Play on the clock. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Gay's got his first basket of the night.
Well, the number one priority for a defense when you face this guy is to keep him getting anywhere from the basket because he's just so strong as a finisher.
And I also think he might have played a little football speed because he's excellent at intercepting passes. I mean, that seems to be his calling card defensively. Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Utah with the ball. Gay right side. 0. The finger roll finish at the bucket. And the Jazz lead by 2.
You gotta love the low post offense. That was beautiful.
A lot of high hopes for the Knicks in last year's playoffs. They started off so hot, but then let the series against Boston drag on, and eventually went to 7 games, and they fell to the Pacers in the second round after that.
Now here's Rose, looking for his first basket still in this one. 52 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Gay outside. Jazz passing it around. Makes it off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Utah lead. And the Boston series did drag on them, you could tell. You wonder if they were a bit fatigued going into that Pacers series. Steve, Indiana just outplayed him, outworked him in every way in the second round.
Yeah, I think it was a factor, Kevin, and really the Knicks have only themselves to blame. They had Boston down 3-1 and a home game to close it out, but they couldn't get it done. And there's no doubt that that affected them against Indiana in the next series.
Passes it to Dunn. And there's a nice one-handed slam. Clark, some serious agility coming out of the backcourt.
You know, that bucket might count for a little more than 2 points when he finishes with that kind of flourish.
Yeah, against a D that was already reeling a little bit. That was like a body blow.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Jazz up by... Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Jazz.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And they're sharing the ball, too, which I love. They're piling up the assist. We're seeing great offensive movement.
Utah with the ball. 6-point game. Six on the shot clock. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
While never a lock for the playoffs, the Jazz were in the driver's seat for a playoff spot up until the All-Star break last season. However, after the second half kicked up again, they just couldn't beat the teams they needed to and lost a lot of ground, letting the Lakers back in the hunt.
First one falls for him. Of course, the Lakers would eventually pass them up during the final days to snag a playoff spot. But, Steve, as you said, it was just a poor run of games for the Jazz right after the All-Star break that did them in.
Well, it would have been nice for this young core to gain some valuable playoff experience. But they did pick up a couple of first-round draft picks. They continue to add talent to this deep roster. And I would think it's just a matter of time before they're back in the playoffs again.
You know, you look at the flex offense that Utah utilizes, and it requires that players, one, be versatile and multi-skilled, but also that they have good basketball IQs. You need to be able to screen and read defenses effectively. And that's not easy, but it's certainly a good way to play if you've got the right people.
Jazz leading by 8. To the middle. It's tipped. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Brunson. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2.
Gotta like the way he took it strong there, attacking the rack.
And the defense fouling him there to prevent the dunk.
And Clark, back to that flex offense you were talking about. Some players come into the league with the bad habit of standing around when they don't have the ball. Steve, that's not going to cut it in the flex.
No, it keeps you moving. It keeps the ball going. A lot of screening and cutting. It's a great offense, and it's difficult to cover. But I like what you said. It teaches the young players how to play as well.
And so he hits both.
There were only 3 teams in the East that had a positive record against the Western Conference, and the Knicks were one of them. When you have talent like this team does, it doesn't really matter where your opponent is from because you're going to be able to compete.
As Ibuki, the pass to Dunn. Shot clock at 5. There's the pick. From deep three-point range, Fournier pulls it down. Well, Clark, as you mentioned, the Knicks against the West, when you have the offensive capabilities from deep that they did, you know, Steve, you're never really out of the game.
Yeah,
you should know.
Well, they could just shoot their way back into games very easily, and it's what they did a lot of times against some of those teams in the West. But you have to play well against the West if you want to win your division, and the Knicks were able to do that last year. And excellent interior defense there. Good rotations.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
Here's Brunson. Misses off the right iron.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
No luck. Some solid defense from Fournier. Knicks trail by 6. He passes to Hart. Baseline jumper. Shot's good. Utah's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Utah calls timeout. And as with any timeout at this point of the game, important to go over the strategies that are working and those that are needed in terms of adjustments. And, of course, the opportunity, guys, to get hydrated with Gatorade before coming back out of the floor. We've seen some good action so far, and there's more of it to come.
Yeah, this game has been physical. It's been fast. It's been high-paced. So anytime you're in a situation like this where it's really a hard-fought game, critical to keep yourself hydrated throughout.
Here's Olynyk. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. They set the screen. 0. It's good from long range.
They can't afford to give him that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to fight over the top of that.
Here's Brunson. The second chance effort. In deep, Robinson drops it in.
Well, the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
Here's Dunn. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got the poise to handle any matchup, and he's not easily intimidated. You could see that there.
Yeah, Kevin, he's one of the great ball handlers in this league. Just watch what he's able to do with his dribble and how hard he makes it for his defender to stay with him.
And the other thing about him, his hands, a terrific asset of his. Very quick and strong. As a ball handler, he's the last guy you want defending you. Shooting 100% in the quarter, they've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
Well, it's a nice job of really making the most of their opportunities.
Here's Sims. And off the glass. That one's good.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Here's Dunn. An easy layup after coming off the pick. 9 points in the game so far.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Just to Sims. Here's Grimes. Bangs on the trifecta.
But you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Utah leading by 5. There's the screen. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Dunn. And there's another one for the Jazz.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through. And that's not something they should get away from.
New York's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Grimes. And again, it's New York. The Jazz have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Inside, 0. He kicks it to Jones. Here's Dunn. That one rolling around and rims out.
I'm not sure about that shot, guys. The defense really all over him.
Five on the clock. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
That's his first three-pointer of the second half, which actually makes it his first of the game.
Zero. And the Jazz, another three.
Oh, the rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I thought it might be a little imprudent to try to get those points right back, but it worked.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. The Jazz making a switch here. Pass to Barrett. Randall defended by Olynyk. Clock at 6. There's the pass to Barrett. And he has space. Here's Robinson. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the second quarter. Number 2. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And Utah making a change here. Jones is checked in. There's a minute 34 left in the first half. Passes it to Barrett. Feeds it to Robinson. Shot clock at 6. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. The Knicks making a switch here. .112 left in the first half. .0. Another miss by Utah.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity they have.
Well, they need to be.
Number 2. Another miss by Utah.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Good. Now he's hit a pair of 3 balls in this quarter, so he's starting to find his range.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. .0. From 16 feet away, he cans it. He has 5. And so here is New York, trailing by 2. Pass to Barrett. Tries it from 19. From deep. Second quarter ends in a tight one. Jazz lead by 2. Well, folks, stay tuned for the halftime show with Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
Now, presented by Sprint.
It's been a tight matchup in New York as we bring you our halftime breakdown. A tight game for Utah, squaring off against
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back to the Big Apple, the light of New York City reflecting off the East River as we return. You have to like what we've seen so far from Dunn.
And what was most impressive was that his decision-making and shot-taking was very disciplined and efficient. Really an excellent half.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense has given him, and he's not trying to do too much. I love the flow and rhythm he's playing with here.
Got a piece of it. Nice ball movement by Utah. They grab their own miss. Gets the bucket. And the Jazz lead by 4.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Well, that's important because this game, I think, is going to be decided by who controls the paint in crunch time.
The pass to Barrett. The tray. No luck. And Utah the other way now. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And how did he get that to go?
Even after the whistle, I like the awareness, the alertness, and the presence of mind to finish the play.
For Utah, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
Well, you look at the numbers from a season ago, guys. This was one of the worst free throw shooting teams in the NBA, 72%.
And it's something they know that if they improve, can really have a big impact on their success.
Passes to Randall. He feeds it to Robinson. 6 to shoot. Pass to Randall. The 3. That drops. 8 points for him.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him and he had to take it.
The feed to Olynyk. Number 2. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And he continues to search for his rhythm. It's eluded him to this point.
Barrett loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
When he came off that screen, the defense just couldn't get over the top. Beautiful play.
Yep, and without a hand in his face, he's going to bury those.
Doubled by Barrett. Tries it from 9. And there's the rejection. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Number 23, defended by Barrett. Takes a 3, and that one's good. He has 6.
His presence is very comforting for this team. He's kind of a fallback option for them anytime they need it.
And the pass to Randall. Lets the 3 fly, and that one's good.
That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
Utah calls timeout. Jones checked in for Utah. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Tipped. And here's the fast break. Pass to Barrett. Back at 6. And again, New York with the triple.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Yeah, I don't know, Park. I think there might be even more defense in warm-ups. I mean, this is kind of embarrassing.
Double zero. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. 8 points for him.
And that kind of defense is just not going to cut it, guys. I mean, they have to get a hand in his face.
Unloads from 13. And again, it's New York.
That's a good shot for him there, but it's kind of puzzling to me that he's not calling for the ball today like he usually does. He has to do more if they're going to pull ahead.
Dishes it to Jones. Backs in with his first shot attempt. And again, it's Utah. And so it's New York with it. A 2-point game. Grimes, defended by Olynyk. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Barrett. Shot is blocked. Nice ball movement by Utah. Number 2. And again, it's Utah.
Easy little jump shot for him right there, guys.
Knicks trail by 4. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. And Utah making a change here. Kicks it to Fournier. And now Utah, fast break. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Boy, how's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, it sure was. I mean, he didn't waste any time getting down the court, did he?
Outside Rose. He passes to Barrett. The dish to Fournier. Right side Rose. Nice shot from the wing. And Utah has possession. They lead by 4. Number 2. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one on Rose.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul him, and free throws are better than a layup.
And he makes the first. And Utah making a change here. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
He's having a great game at the free throw line, Kevin. His hot streak continues.
Here's Brunson. A three-pointer off the mark. Utah leading by 6. There's the pick. Shot on the wing. Gay right side. Goes back up. Azubuike, no good. The Knicks have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. He dishes it to Rose. Rose can't get that one to fall.
Great look. Disappointing result.
You know, most times he knocks that one down.
Number 2. Misses off the left iron. New York's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. And Fournier kicks to Robinson. Pass to Rose. Just 5 on the clock. It's good, and there's a block called on the play. He'll get one free throw.
And offensively, Kevin, he's got a lot he can bring to the table, given the situation. You know, he can give you 20-plus without showing you the same move twice. And it's that varied offensive game that really keeps defenses off balance.
I tell you what else I like is his attacking mindset too, Steve. No matter where he is on the court, when he gets possession, he will turn it up and turn it on and run out. Most of the time, he doesn't stop until he's laid the ball in the hoop.
The free throw drops for Rose. Jazz leading by 3. There's 57 seconds left in the third. And the space there, but it's offline. New York's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. And now Utah, fast break. He kicks it to Azubuike.
Oh, ridiculous.
What a move.
Tore it down that time.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Fournier sinks the three-pointer. Fournier's got his first 3 points of the game. 29 seconds left in the third quarter. 0-0. He's covered by Rose. Feeds it to Azubuike. Some solid defense from Robinson. High arcing shot. No good. From midcourt. No one. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Jazz out in front. They lead by 2. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter, and if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. New York trailing. Barrett the pass to Randall. Out of bounds, Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it.
That was an awfully risky pass, guys. Lucky it didn't wind up as a steal.
Well, it nearly did wind up as a steal, but no harm done in the end. They hang on to possession.
Derrick Rose is checked in for New York. To tie it up, the leaner inside. And it's good off the glass. Rose has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Knicks. They set the pick. Number 95 drills the three-pointer. And the Jazz lead by 3.
Unstoppable offense from both teams. I love the pace this game has been played at.
So does everybody else in the building. This has been a fun one.
Pass to Randall. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Well, you like it when a guy goes hard to the boards, but you have to be smart. He went right over his back on that one. Not a good play.
I think he was just over anxious that time.
The Jazz making a switch here. Jazz leading by 3. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Shots good by Gay. And here's Rose. And there's the pass to Randall. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Shot clock at 6. Number 2. Another shot, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
And how did he get that to go?
Even after the whistle, I like the awareness, the alertness, and the presence of mind to finish the play.
And if they continue to shoot well from the free throw line like they are, I mean, their lead is going to be pretty steady here.
That's not an overstatement. They've literally not missed a single foul shot this half.
There's a good screen. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
Banked in off the glass. He's got 19.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Knicks trail by 7. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Rando passes to Barrett. Rebound, Utah.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
He feeds it to Gay. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. The Knicks have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. There's a screen by Robinson. Right side Robinson. No good from Randall.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
And that one's good by Gay. And it's a 9-point Jazz lead.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Passes it to Barrett. The feed to Robinson. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Oh, what a play. The hoop plus the harm.
Excellent concentration on the finish. That's big time.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Utah.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
And they're attacking the gaps in the defense with their quick, aggressive drives into the paint area.
And that one falls for Robinson. Jazz leading by 6. To the inside, 0-0. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
Yeah, and until they do, the problems inside are only going to get worse.
No good from Randall. Here's Barrett. Second chance shot. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
How about that, going up strong? I mean, he doesn't care how much height he's giving up. It's attitude with him.
Number 2, blocked. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Grimes. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. The first one falls. He's perfect from the line this time. Utah leading by 4. Double zero. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. And so here is New York. Pass to Randall. Six on the shot clock. Here's Barrett. Brings it from beyond the arc.
Well, it's been a tale of two halves, hasn't it, guys? After a terrible first half, he's really picking it up.
Number 2. And it is flushed down with a nice jam. He is capable, Clark, of some incredible athleticism.
And we just got a chance to see it on full display right there.
Well, you got to love a point guard who can finish like a power forward.
New York calls timeout.
Well, just too many easy buckets, you know, in and around the paint. So he wants to put a stop to it. And this timeout is going to be used to try to tighten up the defense.
Guys at this level, they won't miss often if you keep giving up looks inside, and they're paying for that right now. Good timeout here.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, Kevin. Tom Thibodeau had some words for his team in that last huddle. He told his players, guys, we're letting opportunities slip away in transition. Let's push it up the floor, look to score some points in early offense. Kevin, can they pick up the tempo?
That's tipped. Brunson. And a miss there off the inbound.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
0-0. Defended by Barrett. Number 2. Robinson with the block. Here's Brunson. Here's Barrett. And he lays it straight in. Utah calls timeout. They're ahead by 4. We've got 1:55 left here in the fourth quarter. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Gay drives in. Five to shoot. Number 23. And again, it's Utah.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
Olenek, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. Here's Barrett. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
This is to Olenek. Six to shoot. Number 2. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. 23 points in the game.
The soft finger roll is just one of the many finishing moves he has in his bag of shot making.
Now the pass to Barrett. Here's Brunson. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Wow, huge shot. Listen to this crowd.
It sounds like a rock concert in here.
Well, they've been waiting to explode all game, and they finally got a reason to do so.
Kicks it to Olenek. Here's the 3. Count the bucket.
You know, defensively, you cannot forget about him. It gave him a wide open look there.
Clark, no room for error
Kevin,
here.
got to be perfect from here on out. You're exactly right.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Connects! And now they trail by just 4. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Well, you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
And that's an intentional foul. It's the first, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Perfectly done at the stripe there, and that brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
New York calls timeout. They're behind by 6. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
I think they have to go for a 3 right now, don't you, Clark?
Yeah, I don't think they have any choice but to go for the 3, Steve.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Utah's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Rose. The dish now to Fournier. Rose. No good from outside. And so it's Utah with the win. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. Thanks for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For Doris Burke, Steve Curry, Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time. But first, let's check out the Jordan player of the game.